It is the 20-year-old Evelyn Martins who is ready for a crack at the PFL Challengers on Friday, February the 3rd. I mean, I just got to ask. I know you get asked about your age all the time, but at just 20 years old, to be preparing for an opportunity like this, what's the emotions for you at this moment?
I just feel happy, really happy about it. I believe I've been working hard since I was like a little kid, and for me to do this, to get a chance to do what I love to do, only 20 years old, it's a chance for me to make history, in the sport, and I'm so glad I'm finally having an opportunity to do something cool like that.
Absolutely. And it should be noted, we say doing it at 20 is amazing. You tried to do it at 19, right? I mean, you were signed up and ready to go, and it just didn't
Yeah.
work out. What happened there that you weren't able to compete last year?
Well, I got an opportunity to fight on the Challengers last year, but unfortunately, with the visa stuff and the whole pandemic on the 2020, it gave me some troubles on waiting, and I got to the fight week, and then unfortunately, I had to wait a little bit more, and then with that time waiting a little bit more, it was gonna be fight day already, so I had to be pulled out from the fight. And yeah, I tried to do something at 19 years old, but it didn't work out. I just turned 20, and but I'm kind of glad that thing happened. It just gave me more time to get prepared, to get ready, and I believe everything happens for a reason. So everything for now on is working just fine, so the fight is really gonna happen.
I love it. I was going to ask you about that because on the one hand, like, so you end up going last year, 2022, without fighting at all, which I'm sure was frustrating. But at your age, you've got plenty of time to compete, right? So, was it a frustrating year that you changed in your mind to be positive, or did you feel all along, hey, maybe this is a good thing for me?
Well, being honest, PFL gave me an opening for me to fight in small shows where I live. I tried it. I got 7 fights canceled last year. So, I mean, it didn't change much because I kept training, did the whole camp, if training camp, got to the fight week, fighting got canceled again. And then I was, getting, sitting with my coaches, and they were just telling me, let's keep working. Your moment will come. So I believe nothing really changed. It just made me work a lot harder on the 2022. Unfortunately, I didn't have a chance to fight, but I promise you one thing: I trained as much as I could. So I'm just happy that I'm finally fighting now, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
I love it. What is life for you, Evelyn? Is it? I mean, do you have a job outside of fighting? Do you do any school out, or is it just all in on mixed martial arts right now?
Well, right now I'm a full-time athlete. Thank God, and thank to my parents. My parents, they believe in me so much, in me and in my sister. I have a sister with both fighters, and my parents, they believe in me so much, and in my sister, that we decided to come here and to the United States and train. So I train, they work, and we work as a team. And from now on, I'm just a full-time athlete. I have opportunity to train every day as many times as I want, and it's just fun, and I'm just so glad to them that they help me with this thing. They believe in my dream, they believe in myself, so that's it.
That's incredible, man. Parents make sacrifices for their children. I can attest to that. But how difficult was that conversation to convince them, like, hey, I think I'm good enough. I can do this full time.
Can you believe it that I didn't have to convince them at all? They just told me, make your baggage and let's go. We're moving to the United States, and I was like, okay, we're really doing this, and they were like, yes. So when I got here, obviously I had to finish high school, so I was kind of training going to high school. But once I finished, I became a full time MMA athlete, and do some working here and there. I coach. I do coach kids sometimes, so I do have some students, but it's nothing much. And, I have a lot of time to spend at the gym training and getting myself better and better, as a fighter. So,
Very nice. And by the way, when we say at the gym, we mean American Top Team. I mean, one of the greatest academies in the world. So I just wonder, how was that, Evelyn, for you? I mean, gosh, I mean, I know you're confident in yourself and maybe you're young enough that it's not intimidating to you, but I just can't imagine going onto the mats with all those killers, all that team. I mean, was that intimidating for you? And did they offer you respect right away, or did did you feel like, oh, I know they're looking at me as just some kid in here? How did it feel to get comfortable there?
Well, the first time I was there, I was happy about it, really happy about it. I get the chance to meet the coaches, and I did my first training there, and then I promise you, it was tough. I got home, all I wanted, I looked it up to my mom, to my dad, and say, "Hey, don't call me today because I'm gonna be in my room all day resting." Today was actually a wrestling day, and then I was like so tired. But I didn't feel any pressure at all. All the athletes over there, they're so humble. They're so welcome. They welcome me and my sister to the gym so well. And by the way, it's amazing to train with all of them. The chance that I have to get to train with them, to experience their fighting styles, train with them each to which all of them, it's kind of, it is amazing. It's not kind of amazing. It is amazing. I have opportunity to train with the best every day.
Love it. All right. Well, we know we've got the matchup set, Jeslen Mishelle. Of course, things could change, but as far as what we have now, what do you know about Jeslen? Do you spend a lot of time studying your opponent, or do you let your coaches do that? Tell me your thoughts on the matchup.
Well, I want to know about my opponent, like Jeslen, that she has a background in wrestling. She's 2-0 as a pro. She did her two fights at the PFL Challengers. I was watching. By the way, I didn't fight in the PFL anytime last year, but I was watching each of them fighting. So, I was studying them. And about getting prepared for the fight, I sit down with my coaches. We watch the fights. We study the opponent, and then we always try to get in every session of training to, adjust every little detail so we be ready for any situation in the fight. So basically, it's like in a high school, like I have to get ready for an exam and I have to study with my instructors. So we do the same thing at the gym.
So you watched the Challenger Series last year. I just wonder kind of what your thoughts are on, because it's not just win and get in, right? It's just because you get a victory there doesn't mean you get a PFL contract. So have you and your coaches or your team talked about, like, does it take something else? Is it a type of a performance? Is it showing your personality? Do you think maybe the fact that you're 20 is a unique enough thing that maybe they'll be interested? Like, what do you think it's going to take to not only win, but to get a PFL deal?
Well, I believe that I've been working hard so much for the last couple of years that once I get there inside of the cage, people can be surprised. I'm an only 20-year girl, and I believe I'm in a high level in this sport. I can do everything. I can strike, I can grapple, and I believe that's gonna be it. I don't think there's a specific thing. They just need to watch me. That's all I need.
I love it. Great confidence. And of course, there's two things that can happen, right? You can win, you can get a deal, and they can either keep you on a developmental deal, or we've seen guys go straight into the tournament as well. So, do you feel like if you get a deal, hey, I'd actually prefer maybe a developmental deal so I can move along slowly? Or you feel like, hey, no, throw me in that season. I want to take my shot at $1 million.
Well, I want to take my shot at $1 million for sure. Make history, like I said. I mean, I spoke a lot. I speak a lot with my head coach, Conan. And last year, we always have a plan for each year. And because we didn't fight much, I was training a lot, and then we sit down, we spoke to each other, and then we were like talking about, and then we both feel that I'm ready. I mean, I train with so many great athletes every day. It's a tough training every day that we do believe I'm more than ready, to take a shot on the season, and it can be anyone. I respect all my opponents, my future opponents. I have nothing but respect to all of them. But like I said, I believe I'm a big 20-year-old problem, coming into their ways. So that's gonna be it. But there is one thing I believe much. I believe in God, and I believe everything happens for a reason. I got a hard time last year, but I'm telling you one thing. I'm very well prepared to this fight, and I believe everything will work out just fine if God wants me to. So yeah, I'm just the first thing is focus on this fight, and then if everything goes good, in the name of Jesus, yes, I believe you're gonna have a shot on the season as well.
I love it. Well, listen, if Conan says you're ready, then I believe that you're ready, because he tells the truth when it comes to his prospects. So,
Yeah.
Evelyn, we'll find out on February 3rd. You'll get to go out there and show the world. And I know I'm certainly looking forward to it. And I wish you the best of luck. And we'll see how it all plays out.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so happy to finally meet you. Yeah, it's gonna be a great year, I promise. And I promise everybody that I'm gonna go there and give all my best, and put in a show to everyone out there. It's gonna be great.